In southern China, communities are waking up to the aftermath of a powerful storm. Typhoon Wipha, once a swirling mass of wind and water, has now weakened, but not before leaving behind a trail of destruction. Today, we're breaking down what happened, how people were affected, and what comes next. Typhoon Wipha began forming in the western Pacific Ocean and gained strength rapidly as it approached southern China. By July 20th, it had intensified into a powerful system, bringing violent winds and torrential rains. The storm skirted past Hong Kong with full force before making landfall in Taishan, a coastal city in Guangdong province, late Sunday evening. At that point, it was classified as a severe tropical storm, but the damage it caused suggests it packed the punch of something stronger. The brunt of the storm hit Hong Kong, Guangdong, and surrounding coastal areas. The impact continued inland, with rains extending into parts of Guangxi, Hainan, and Fujian. In Hong Kong, conditions were so dangerous that officials issued the city's highest weather alert, Typhoon Signal Number 10.
让你们看看什么叫海南人的松弛感。淹水关我什么事？不影响我喝咖啡。
This signal is rare. It means extreme winds are expected and that people should take shelter immediately. Wind speeds peaked at over 160 kilometers per hour, snapping trees and ripping debris across roads and buildings. In just a few hours, some areas received more than 110 millimeters of rain. Over 470 trees were uprooted in Hong Kong alone. At least 26 people were hospitalized. More than 400 flights were canceled or delayed across the region. In Guangdong, low-lying towns reported significant waterlogging, and emergency teams were dispatched to respond to potential landslides and flash flooding. For millions of residents, the storm was not just about statistics. It disrupted real lives. In Hong Kong, video footage showed people struggling to walk as wind gusts pushed them back. Umbrellas turned inside out. Streets that were once bustling fell eerily silent, covered in fallen branches and water. Many people had to take shelter in emergency centers. Families stayed together in school gyms and government buildings. One young mother told local media, "We were terrified. The winds shook our windows all night." Across Guangdong province, rural and urban communities braced themselves as Wipha moved inland. Though the storm weakened, it continued to dump rain, triggering landslide warnings in hilly areas and flash flood alerts in river zones. In cities like Zhanjiang, Yangjiang, and Maoming, emergency crews worked overnight to clear roads and repair power lines. Local governments urged people to avoid unnecessary travel, especially along rivers and unstable slopes. Fishermen were ordered back to shore 2 days before landfall. Schools in several cities suspended classes on Monday. Government agencies across southern China mobilized quickly. In Guangdong, thousands of disaster response personnel were deployed. The China Meteorological Administration continues to monitor rain bands moving westward, warning that residual rain and gusts could linger for the next 24 to 36 hours.
难住了。
Authorities are also watching rivers in the Pearl River Delta region where water levels are expected to rise. Residents are being advised to stay informed and prepared, especially in low-lying and mountainous areas. Beyond the physical damage, Wipha has also caused widespread disruption. Public transport was suspended in many cities. Ports temporarily halted operations. Numerous flights and ferries between Hong Kong and Macao were grounded. Power outages were reported in smaller villages. Tourism hotspots like Zhuhai and Macao saw a sharp drop in activity, with many businesses choosing to stay closed for safety. As of now, Typhoon Wipha has weakened to a tropical depression, but that doesn't mean the threat is over. The storm's remnants are expected to move westward into the Gulf of Tonkin, possibly bringing heavy rain to northern Vietnam within the next 24 hours. In southern China, the next concern is secondary flooding from swollen rivers and saturated soils. Weather experts are also monitoring the development of another low-pressure system forming east of the Philippines, which could turn into a new typhoon in the coming week. In the face of nature's fury, what stood out most were the acts of resilience and kindness. Emergency workers worked through the night. Neighbors helped each other clear fallen debris. Volunteers brought food and water to shelter centers. Moments like these remind us that even in disaster, humanity prevails. Typhoon Wipha has reminded us all of the sheer power of nature and the importance of preparedness, community, and timely response. If you or someone you know lives in an affected area, please follow local advisories, stay indoors if possible, and avoid flood-prone zones. Stay connected, stay informed, and most importantly, stay safe. Thanks for watching.